Hello everyone, welcome back to Factorio, and we are making a lot of science happening right now. So much science that maybe I should actually get these other things finished first. And then we'll get all the science made. So yeah, a lot of science is being made right now, and in fact so much science is being made we want to make more science. Because that's how life is sometimes, you know? You can never have too much science, as I was always heard. So, actually, let me just check my book, because I had something else in mind that I need to do today. Crystal filters. Ah, shoot, yeah. Okay, we've got to do the crystal filters, and then we'll make more green science. Right now, this should probably be enough for a while, so we probably don't need to worry about it too much right now. And honestly, we can probably take this train out for a ride at the moment, because aluminium is still being a problematic little child. It's alright, it does that. So I was doing a little bit of research of what we'd need for green science, and what we're basically going to need is a lot more stuff. That's not helpful. We're going to need the brown processing modules, and we're going to need tin, copper, iron, and lead. Some of those are pretty simple to get. Some of them not as easy to get as you'd hope. So the filters are not working. Right, because I said crystal filters, not crystal dissolving. I remember now, because for some reason these are not getting charcoal. And that is sad. They need charcoal. Now the problem is we've only got one charcoal train, and it's kind of a little bit slow. Just because it doesn't quite get the charcoal in that it needs to. What we could do, however, is get another charcoal train and just sort of put it to the side there and load charcoal that way. And that might be the best way to do it. So that's what we're going to do. Because right now, while it's good to have the charcoal, we need more. So can we get a station? We can. We already had one actually. Now we've got two. Easy. And just making sure that I did remember to do all the stuff I need to on this side. I did. Great. So, plan here is... Problem is just the number of pipes that I've got coming through here is going to be a bit problematic. We may need to move some pipes. Particularly that copper pipe is slightly in the wrong place. So we'll just shift it a bit. And then we'll reconnect it. Great. So hopefully that gives me a little bit more room to do what I need to do with charcoal. What is going on here, buddy? What you doing? I don't know what I was doing, but it seems to have moved along, so I guess it's fine. And we also don't seem to be getting resources, because after we were hit by a train, that turns logistics off. That's on me, though. We're getting hit by a train. That's interesting, there's a charcoal drop there. There probably doesn't need to be a charcoal drop there. In fact, if anything, couldn't I just swing that around and turn that into a charcoal pick? Probably not a bad idea, honestly. And that might be what I'm doing. Okay, so this is now a charcoal pick. Wasn't really expected to do this, but here we are. Because really, we should get enough charcoal coming in from this other direction. That shouldn't really be a problem. And that should make all those going, those are going. And yeah, look, that means we're using more of the charcoal. That's actually not bad. I've never seen a charcoal drop become a charcoal pick, but hey, look, that's my life now. We wanted to cause charcoal pick 2, just so that way we don't have any problems with trains interfering with each other. And I mean, look, one less charcoal drop on the world's only going to be good, right? I only have 2 charcoal drop stations. So that station that I've built there can stay where it is. I don't quite have a plan for it yet, but I'm sure I'll find out what I want to do with it as the time rolls on. Meanwhile, all my science seems to be going pretty well. We're not quite going full science at the moment, and aluminium is... That's right, that's why we're doing this charcoal thing. I also needed a train. Forgot. Yeah. Okay, and we need a train. Might as well get a level 3 train, because why not? And we're also going to need a wagon. Might as well get a level 3 wagon. I'm just going to track the train here for the moment, just so I can fuel up. Great. Go charcoal pick and go full cargo. This train's going to be a speedy train. I mean, it's super fast when there's literally nothing attached to it. And charcoal drop. Empty. We will also put a time pass condition on this for like 5 minutes. But quite frankly, I don't think we need to go quite that far out with this. Does look like all this is going pretty well. And these are using the wood blocks a lot faster, so it's not going to be the fastest, but it's going to do the job. Let's go to the charcoal drop and see where it takes us. Going to take us over to that one. That's fine. We will actually still go there. But what we're going to do is, gosh, this train is fast. It's one more death machine on the train system. So I love to see that. That only scares me immensely. And enable train limit of 1. Okay, so now it didn't really need charcoal right now. What we did need charcoal was somewhere else. Like over here, wasn't it? Gosh, this train moves quick. This train is a murder machine. Unfortunately, the only thing that's going to murder is me. But, you know, take your murderings when you can, I suppose. Okay. And that should hopefully get everything all back up to speed. It certainly gets my crystal seeding back up, which is good. Love crystal seeding. That's going to start using the crystal slurry. That's all going to power up again. And if we come up here, we should see these starting to be used again. We should do something with that plastic as well. Don't know what, but something. It's beginning to. I mean, it's moving, that's what matters. We may want it to move faster, but it looks like it's consuming more than it's storing. And sure enough, with the geodes going down, that also means the aluminium is going back up. Which is good, because I need a lot of aluminium. And you can see that cyans are not being backed up anymore. So that's good. Once the cyans stop being backed up, the purples are stopping backed up, and then we should be sort of back to normal. Things are moving, that's what matters. we can make things move a little bit faster for a slight energy cost. And yeah, I think we'll do that too. So we'll go drop, pick up. That pipe is in the way. That's okay, we'll fix that in a moment. Drop, pick up. There we go. So that should make things move just a little bit faster. And just make sure to get rid of that crystal slurry. Okay, I think we just completed the science, but who knows, it went too quick. And the geodes are moving by rather rapidly, so that's good. That means aluminium shouldn't be stopped for anything anymore. Or once it deals with its backlog, which it's dealing with. Really check up here and see what it's doing, and I mean, is it dealing with the backlog? I don't even know. Oh, because it's dealing with that side first. Yeah, so once that goes down just a little bit, it's starting to pull these down, which means this side's now going. Yeah, this is good. So it's a bit slow, but it'll get there. And just make sure this isn't backing up in some weird way, and it doesn't appear to be. It's just taking some time. Oh, I see why it's taking time, because for some reason purples are at level 2s. That's weird. No modules at all, rather. Anyway, that's done. Don't need to worry about that. Let's move on. So, green science. We need to make a lot of it. And I think we're going to make it over here. That's the plan anyway. Now, Big Red should be firing quite a lot right now. Or rather, it's getting back into it. It'll get there. It means more red circuits, which means just more good times overall. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. We can either take these wood and use them, or we can deliberately belt off these trees, and that might be a better idea. Belt off the trees, take them all the way over to here. Make my own... actually, let's bring the Spidertrons over. They're not going to get here properly. Okay. And we'll probably need to bring the Vinca bus over as well, but that's not really a big deal. So this is just going to make green science. Going to need to be a pretty big chunk of land. Probably not that big. I think I made it too big there. Fine. The important thing is it's going to be big enough. So I think I will just bring over straight over the trees. Right, rather than anything else. I think bringing over the trees themselves would be easier. So let us split up that tree line from here. Make sure I don't get hit by a train. Okay, good. Now the purpose of this, let's just get green science up. So all of these is basically one step at another. And then the other side is iron and tin copper wire, which, I mean, that's not really a problem. We've got a ton of that. So, we need to make my basic circuit boards, which is wooden boards and copper cables. So wooden boards, that's fairly simple stuff. But first, before we make wooden boards, of course, we need to make, well, you know, wood. So I've made something before that was actually pretty good, and I think I'll just do that again, which was this facility right here. Something like that. Yeah, because we need to turn the wood into usable objects, don't we? So we're going to need iron, but of course we're always going to need iron for this process. And we don't need to split it, so we can just do that. And we're going to need iron, but that's alright. We're going to need iron no matter how you swing this cat. But that's not even a phrase, but you know what? It's fine. That's everything we needed for that. Good. So that will give me my wooden chips. Wooden chips? No, that'll just give me wood. Then with the wood, we need to make stuff. So we're going to do something like that. That was a pretty good system. Yeah. No, you don't need to do that. Okay, good. So that'll make wood. It's pretty good. What we are, of course, making right now is the final step. So I don't know if this is quite how we want to be running this operation, but it is also exactly how we're running this operation. So iron we have up there, so let's connect that. Connect it properly. I feel like we've missed. Only slightly, actually. Connect it like that. Great. So that'll make my saw blades. You know, once it's connected to power. After that, everything else is pretty simple to make. Okay, so we are making my wood. We are making my wooden boards. Great. Now what we need to do is make the circuits themselves, which, as we all know, I've got a plan for those, which is just this, essentially. You know what? This. And we can make them over here. Hopefully we don't need to expand silicon too much. But if we do, we do. We expand silicon like another notch, it's fine. Now we also need to get a couple of things in here. We need to get water. Water is not a problem. Water has not been a problem for quite some time, because we can just blast a hole into the ground whenever we want it. Like so. And that's probably a little slow, but we'll take it anyway. And water. Good. Not great. Could have been better. That's alright. And copper, which can just come straight from there. Copper? That's iron. Okay. That's probably bad. Is that connected to copper? Iron to... No, copper was the correct element. And that connects copper to everything, and that'll make us my copper wires. From there, we make these jibbity jabbersies. like that for now. Okay, so we do need to power it, oddly enough. Now that's going to output my copper wires. Fantastic. And that's going to output my... I don't think we need those. Okay, so that's the last step of what we needed. Why did we start with the last step first? I don't know, but we did. So, what do we need? We need copper, iron, lead, and tin. So the plan here is that we're going to... we do strain casters? We could do strain casters. Because we could do something like what we did for aluminium up here. And we just do one of these for each of the metals. So, like that, like that, like that. But not quite like that. Okay, so something like that. We're going to need more strain casters, and the next part of the research is complete. Pretty exciting. And after that, I think we've got all the tech we need before FTL. Okay, we've got some angry worms as well. Probably need to deal with them. But that's pretty easily done. We're going to, of course, need the Venga bus though. But never forget the phrase, the Venga bus is coming. And we will make sure the worms never forget that fact. And we're probably going to need underground belts, like the faster belts for this later. That's going to slow down my green circuit production. Maybe not enough to be a concern, so maybe it's fine for now. So what we're doing right now is we're just going to build the track that we need to get the Venga bus out here. Because it does like to party. Okay. Get the Venga bus. I opened that in a new way that I'd never done before. I didn't know that was going to work as well as it did, and it turns out it worked amazingly. We're going to need more strain casters. And we don't want those anymore. Don't need those. 2 electrolyzers is not really going to be enough. Strain casters, 20 was great, 40 is better. Just while I'm working on this part anyway. So the first thing we need to make when making green science, go back, nope, back. Wafer stamps are first, which is iron, okay. And then of course it's going to turn iron rolls into iron plating. Then after the wafer stamps, we're going to need micro wafers, which is out of lead. Can we make lead rolls? We can make lead rolls. Who do you think we're talking about? But what we don't have right now is the strain casters to make it properly work. So maybe that's what we need to go get. Send those guys to go get them, but it'll be a while for them to come back, so I think I'm going to go get them. Now, hopefully everything's... What I really want to make sure as well that's happening while I'm doing all of this is that my ships are being launched rapidly. If ships aren't being launched, then we've got other problems. And what I'm not seeing is ships. Why not? Probably because we're needing more red processing chips. But they're coming. No, they're not. Why are we not getting more of these? Because we are short on basic electrical components. Oh, because we're short on charcoal after all, taking all of it away. Interesting. I didn't consider that was a potential problem. Well, the good news is at some point that won't be a problem, but the bad news is right now it is. So that's not particularly helpful. We could possibly put some lines to improve the charcoal output, but right now it's still potentially a problem. Can't help but notice yellow signs has crapped the bed, so we might have to stop working on that in a moment. Okay, cool. Do we at least have what we want in the way of strain casters? And the answer for that is, where are the strain casters? I got 10 strain casters. Okay, I got 20 strain casters. Still, I still want more than 20. Yeah, nice try, train. You know what? We don't need these anymore. In fact, we don't even have them coming anymore. Washing plants, I don't think we need 20 of them. Let's slow that down. Let's remove some of these, actually. It'll recollect some of it for itself, but... Okay, that's probably good. And we should have 40 strain casters? We do. Alright, I was going to say let's take the Vinger bus out, but it turns out the Vinger bus is already out. Because it was already shooting up the worms. And we want to just improve the amount of throughput of charcoal coming through that line. Because while that's pretty good, I would probably like to improve this just a tad. Does also slow down charcoal in a lot of other places, but it should hopefully be okay. I don't really know, to be honest. I hope it's okay. So if each one of these has only 20 slots open, it's still asking for a lot, but it should be okay. Okay, so that should speed up my basic components, hopefully. That's still making 10, that's still making power. How's power going? It's going okay because that science was stopping it because we don't have enough yellows. We've gone the wrong way. Asset production should be high though. Yeah! Could be improved though. And we'll just build out this way. Okay. And we'll let that train go home. Okay, so like I was saying, lead. After the lead, of course, is going to be copper. And then finally after copper is tin. And tin is the final one, essentially. Copper plating and lead plating. Now, a lot of these things are not happy because they are lacking modules of speed. Not what I thought the answer was going to be there, but okay. So, first things we need to make is wafer stamps. I don't know how many we need. So what we'll do is we'll just make a lot. Now thankfully wafer stamps are actually pretty simple to make. We're going to double bag this as well, I guess. Cool. Now wafer stamps. Now that's going to make the equivalent of 1.24 of a belt. How much does it need? It needs 1.24 of a belt as well. Okay. And we're going to go like that. And also like that. And we're going to do that on both sides. That was a mistake. Cool. So what we can do... Nice. Is we can probably start powering it and actually getting things connected. Because I suppose there's no reason not to. If there's ever a reason I've heard to do something, because there's no reason not to, is a good one. Okay, so iron. Right now that's not great, because that's going to connect those two lines together perfectly. And usually that's great, except for this time when I do not want the lines connected at all. So iron comes from up there. So what we could do is... I hope that's right. It might not be, but if it isn't, we can always just adjust it. And it looks like it's a little bit off. Okay. Does that give iron to the whole thing? Not really, no. Also need a little bit of connections across here. Okay, so if we power this, which putting things across there does seem to connect them. That should make the first part. Iron plating. How much iron plating does that make? It makes it... doesn't make near enough. But it's trying, and maybe that's what really matters. Okay. Then what we're making after that is, of course, the... what are they called? The wafer stamps. Now we can put those through electric machines, so that's probably the best way to do this. And we are going to do a similar thing that we did last time, which is have 2 lines. And we'll connect it like that. Oops. And then this time we're going to go do. Good. Okay, and also don't forget to connect that. Great. Now, of course, this is going to split into 2 lines. One of the lines is going to go... I've done no ratio checking on this, so this is only going to bite me in the ass later. So, we're probably going to need a few problems. We've probably made a problem for myself here. That's okay. Yeah, no ratio checking at all is probably a bad idea on this one, but... yeah, look, that is no way going to be enough. Or rather, going to be enough, I think that was fine, yep. Alright, and I think we're going to need some substations for this, because I'm pretty sure these bad boys do not reach there. They do not. They're the baddest of boys. Those are not substations. We don't even use big electric poles. Okay. Then after that, we're just going to keep on going as if I didn't make a mistake. We're going to make these, which will almost be the same design. Except, of course, they're not going to be making those. They're going to be making microcircuits. Coolios. So basically they're going to just break them in half, like little cutie chocolates. And then finally, we make the ones out of tin, and it's going to be these ones. Nope. No, it's not. Do these not go into there? No, they don't get constructed by those things. Okay, they need the big ones then. Okay. And of course, they're not making those anymore. They are going to make the Atmos instruction. Whatever. They're making those. Now, I feel like at this point we may run into a problem of just how much we need. And quite frankly, 1 belt will suffice. And it's going to consume 6 belts worth. Well, there's no way in hell that's 6 belts worth. So, how much belts worth is this going to create? 8 belts worth. Right, because one of these makes 10, don't they? Maybe it'd be better to not do that again. Okay, well anyway, let's get the lead connected. Lead and tin are actually pretty easy to connect, so let's do that now. Because lead and tin are directly north of here. That's tin. And that should be making some amount of lead, which it is. Okay, and while we're here, we might as well connect tin to something as well, right? Right. Good news is tin is mostly connected already anyway. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, last one's going to be a bit of a problem, just because the vast the vast numbers of things it's going to make. At that point, we may need to change my setup. That's full of lead. That's not okay. It's that lead. Connect. That is also full of lead. Far from ideal. Did we not connect this copper? No, we've done tin. Okay. We haven't quite got around to that yet, I guess. So we've absolutely drained our lead supplies, that's okay. We can work with that. Tin's fine. Okay, so that's making tin. Tin is mostly fine, but it would probably be better if we had some way of connecting it here. This is also where we need those basic electric boards, but that's pretty simple to make. What's the next step? Copper. Copper should not be a problem in this economy. Nice. I'm glad that misaligned just that ever slow slight bit. No, that shouldn't have lead in it. Why does it have lead in it? Why does that have lead in it? It's not getting any more lead in it, so that's something. Okay, so if we can go grab some advanced modules, then we can... Sorry, advanced circuits. We should be able to make those substations we need. Looks like these are no, those aren't the ones that are the problems. How many can we build? 3? Not a great number. 10 is a much better number, a number that I'm much prouder of. Carbon's still taking its sweet time, but as these fill up, it'll get better, probably. Fast and Light Theory B is at 8%. That is actually moving pretty quickly, but it'll slow down once we hit the science cap that we've got. It looks like it's about to be hit very soon. That's alright, that's why we're doing all this work. Like, it's the actual reason we're doing this. Okay, so we have the substations. Let's hook those up. Now, this is where we're probably going to run into a problem. Because while these ones are fine, they're outputting a lot. And we're needing 10. I guess that makes 10 every time. That does. Okay. So what we might do is cause an absolute riot. But after we cause a riot, we have another plan. The plan is we're not doing it this way. Now we've got a lot of microcircuits in my inventory now, but that's apparently okay. What we're going to do is we are going to make them like this. That's not going to be super efficient. But it'll work in the meantime. Yeah, we'll come back to this, but right now I just want to get it going. So we want... That might work. Nope. We are probably going to have a problem with power unless we... Yeah, power's going to be a problem doing it that way. Okay. So not the greatest plan I've ever had. How many of these is going to take up a belt? Every 2 of these will require a belt. Interesting. So basically like that for every one of them. Boy howdy, is this not a great idea. Can we put these substations down somewhere? We can. That'll work. Well, it did say I was going to make 8 belts worth of stuff. I just didn't anticipate to make 8 belts worth of stuff. So we can do the same thing on the... How do we flip it? If? Yeah. Okay, so this wasn't really my intention originally, but it's where we're at. Then what we do is we're making 8 belts worth of them. How much will this make? How much does one need? One requires 0.8 of a belt. Okay, so basically, and every one of these needs a basic circuit board and a tin plate. Okay, here's the plan. No, we're not done with the plan yet, so we have 16 of these. They need... Ah, shoot. So we need 8 arrays of these, essentially. Oh. Although if we speed them up to blues... That works. Okay, so we can do that. So we've got 18 of them. That should be 0.5, approximately. So 18 divided by 8. Let's just do 2 per thing. And okay. This is really dodgy maths, I know, but it's where we're at. Hello. So every one of these will take one of the... Okay. So this is going to go right down near the bottom. And every one of these is going to take that, that, and for instance that's going to go like this. You know, let's not actually connect it. Okay? I don't know how I feel about this, but that's where we're at. Okay. Then, so we can move those higher up actually, I think. Probably to like here. Then the next one, so then they're going to output like this. This is a new way of doing things. I've never done this before. Okay, so that comes out like this. The next one is going to come out in a similar way, and the next one a similar way again. So, and then we run away again. No, then we run out of room. And where are we putting the? Where are we getting these things from? That's the real question. Now because there's no room to put things in there anymore. This was a bad plan. I tried to get too smart for my own good. That never works out well. Okay. So this line needs to not do that. This also needs to probably be closer. What if we had the line... No, that's not going to work either. It's going to output that way, and that's kind of good. If we have this going out like that... And so they sort of pick up from here, and here, here, and here. And they're just outputting... That's only going to deal with 2 of the lines, though. That's not good. What have I done? I've broken my head trying to make the second research, and this should not be the tricky one. Alternative plan. There is another alternative plan which is kind of stupid, which is I just take the faster ones and build from that. Is that stupid? Well, it will speed it up. Okay, we're going to take assembly machine 5s. I don't think it actually fixes my problem. I think it just minimizes the amount of space it's going to take. Which... I mean, it's something, right? This is just a really bad plan, and I've just sort of committed to it. Which, I could not commit to this any second I like, but I'm like, no, I'm committed. Just uncommit, it's not a problem. And then I'm like, no, my pride will not allow me to. That's an electronics assembly machine, that's not even what I want. You know what? I don't think we make these. Do we not? Do we not make assembly machine 5s? We don't. Interesting. See ya. Now the problem is we're having right now is we just don't have enough blue circuits. See, it's not actually going to fix the problem, it's just going to mitigate the problem. Sometimes problem mitigation is so good though, I suppose. That's all I got on this matter. So let's go grab some blue circuits. I can just do it manually, because I'm pretty sure we got a lot of blue circuits. I mean, those are all blue circuits. We can just go, nyam. Just take like 181 of them. And that'll probably speed things up a little bit. Whatever. How many of these would we need? That's the next question. These we would need... What am I making? So for 8 belts worth of them, we would need 14. Really doesn't speed things up that much. I kind of want things to be sped up a little bit more than that. Do we have any speed modules? Maybe that's... No, we just don't carry speed modules in this part of the base. I mean, how many would this need? At this point... At this point it handles 8 on its own. Well, with 3 of them. So... What if? This is getting stupid now, I know. If each one of these could handle 1 belt on its own, I could see how this would work. Okay, so each one handles 1 belt on its own. We're going to need some speed module zeros, but that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, admittedly, we are having problems creating speed module zeros, but that's... I believe a problem that'll be fixed one day. Probably today. The problem is just the lack of... Oh no, it's all coming through now. Green circuits are the problem. Now, why are green circuits the problem? Oh, because now that's struggling with them. Okay, it'll get over it though. Like that's struggling because of this thing that I did ages ago. Very soon that'll stop happening and everything will be good again. So yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, so speed module zeros. We should have some of those just lying around. Because I did want to have them. Oops, I pressed Alt at some point it seems. Okay, so we do have 100 of those just sitting around. And if we have this... making these, and we just chuck 5 speed modules into it, it's handling about a belt on its own. The fewer I can use, the better. Okay, that's handling a belt on its own with 3. That's cool. So we need... Okay. Hopefully when we're done with this we won't... Yeah, see, we're starting to run out of green, and I was worried this would happen. That's going to slow down my research significantly. We did get to 15% though before that started being a problem, so you know, yay for that. And we're going to need some... We can probably reduce that to like 5. You don't need a lot of them. Okay, so very soon carbon's going to be back to normal and a lot of red circuits will be produced the way they're supposed to be. So the idea now is each line oh, here's how you do it. I see how you do it. You do it like 1, 2, 3, 4. You have each line going into its own one. That makes a lot more sense. So you'd have it like... I'm going to have to ditch all these microcircuits. Fine. Like this. Okay. That's pretty good, say. What if it was better? And you go, don't think it could be, it's pretty perfect. And I go, nah, it's not. No one thinks this is perfect, let's be honest. No one's looking at this going, damn, he's devised the perfect strategy. No one is thinking that. If you are, the hell? What is wrong with you? Alright, so pick up, drop, and we're going to do it like this. And we're going to do pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. And the drop's going to go that way. We will, of course, make 2 of them go that way. Okay, that was pretty good. It's not, but that will suffice for doing pretty good. Okay. Right. Again, it's not great, but it'll do. And we split that. And that's only the first part of green science. I now see why I did it the other way before. I could have just done it the other way again, now that I think about it. But it does make them. Look at that, it's making stuff. I tried to get too clever with this. Whatever. Sometimes you gotta try and get too clever. Never helps, but you gotta try. And that's gonna make how much? 2 belts worth. That's wonderful. Wait, is that really making 2 belts worth? 0.2 of a belt's worth. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part is actually a lot easier. It's just tinned copper wire and iron plates. So let's just make some more land. We're at 70% for science, that's pretty good. So tinned copper wire. We've made lots of that before. I'm gonna make more of it now. Sort of goes like that. You know what, that's water. Water's connected to water, that's good. That's tin. And we have tin over here. That fill up all the tin, or just that side? Just that side. Okay. But of course, if we go like that, good. And then we need copper. Copper's also pretty simple because it's right there. Copper works the same way, you just got to move it across. Copper's across. And now give me some tin copper wires, please, sirs. Rad. Now we need some more iron. But you know what? I don't think I need this much iron. Nah, I don't need much iron, so you know what? When it comes to iron, if you need it, don't be afraid to steal. Theft is cool and legal, remember. Let's do it that way. Okay, that's getting iron from both sides. That's pretty good. Then we just need electronics assemblers, which is pretty simple because it's just going to be this. Don't know how many I'm going to need, so we're just going to make some. Can't imagine how this is going to go wrong. I can imagine like several ways this is going to go wrong actually. Because someone has not done any math on this whatsoever. That's fine. What I do here is that. And this comes across here like that. And then we grab this scheme. Just do it like that. My favorite part of that scheme is how it just sort of went over what it was. Excuse me, just a back in this moment. Sorry about that, I am back now. Okay, so now comes the part where we find out how much we've messed up. This is my favorite part. How much of a belt is this going to make? This is going to make a little bit under a belt's worth. That's fine. So this is making 0.48 of a belt. Oh, you know what? These need to be substations. Hey, Solburn. Choose to bring the input from the middle rather than the sides. Is it? Oh, I see why you'd say that. It is interesting. You're quite right, Solburn. There's a very good reason for this. And I'm sure you'd love to hear it. It's called incompetence. No, it's incompetence wins again, I'm afraid, on this one. That's the real reason I'm doing that. It's a very difficult lesson for people to learn. I know it's a little bit unorthodox, but incompetence is how I like to run this base. And I think it does a good job. My wife's looking at me strangely. What? I'm not being competent at all. That's why I said incompetence is how I run the space. Okay, my wife is now totally understanding. She thought I was saying I was being competent. Solburn says hi, by the way. Panda says hi. Uh, okay. So what we could do, you know what, let's try your way, shall we? I assure you she's probably joking. But then again, she lives with me, so maybe not. I just like going from the inside. Inside just seems right, you know? That's gonna make... Oh, that's gonna need a lot more, huh? Oh, except... okay, so that's gonna make 0.3 of a belt, and it's... Inside is what the tutorial does for smelting. Man, I haven't played the tutorial in years. Like, I don't do the tutorial anymore. You know what? I'm a rebel, and I ain't gonna stop. My entire base is designed this way. I'm gonna keep doing it until it hurts me. Which will be immediately. You know what? I'm gonna actually cut and paste it. No, cut and paste it. Seriously. Control X. I've got a button that's on Alt X and a button that's on Control X. Do 2 away. No, there's no way we get that working. Then again, if we go from the outside, we give up on my principles. I can't do that. Now, we have run out of cool things, which is a damn shame. I mean, when did you last play a tutorial, honestly speaking? If you've played it recently or you're feeling new to the game, then okay, fair enough, but man, I haven't done the tutorial in so long. I haven't done the tutorial since before there was a tutorial. Because there was no tutorial when I started. You know what? I think I just found my problem. There was no tutorial when I started. I just played. I guess it was a tutorial. It would have had to have been. Okay, well, that might be on me, buddy. Were you speedrunning the tutorial? This is why I don't do speedruns. I know I'll never succeed at them. I don't know why I'm doing this manually. Well, I mean, you know what? If you want there to be a category for that, you can make it. I've watched enough about speedruns to know this is a thing you could just do. That's the wrong way. I mean, I watched someone, like a video of like Jaden Animations where she decided to speedrun Cooking Mama and had to make a category for Cooking Mama. So, you know, you could be the creator of that. You could be the guy who does the first one and then immediately loses. That could be you. Oh, you saw that one? I love that video. I love Jaden Animations. It's so much fun. I keep watching her like Nuzlocke run. It's so funny. Okay. So now that we've got all the, I guess we don't have anything right now, but now we will have the potential for all of the green science. Let's power it up. Did she really? That's funny. Why were people subbing to PewDiePie? I was never a fan of PewDiePie, so I'm very confused of why that was even a thing. Like why people were saying it. I feel like it was a meme that I wasn't involved in. I never... I mean, I admittedly remember from his days where he would just scream at a camera Ah, okay. And I just never really take kindly to people who scream at the camera, scream obscenities into a camera. Call me old-fashioned, but that's just who I am. What is this? Let's not do that. Seems like a bad plan. If we do it like this... No, one more back. I mean, I can understand why it made him depressed. I mean, okay, it was a persona, sure, but unfortunately it was one of those personas that had legs, and it made it quite an unfortunate popularity. I mean, I understand the idea of, hey, it gets you popularity, and anything that gets you famous is good, but I was just like, and I just, yeah, I couldn't either. Like, I generally try to be, if people met me in real life, this is unfortunately who they'd have to deal with. Maybe it's a little bit different, but mostly this is the bullshit you'd have to deal with in your everyday life, hanging out with me. And I pity anyone who has to do that. Probably not quite as talkative, but certainly I can get going, I can guarantee that. Okay, you hang your laundry, that's quite alright. I'm gonna sort my madness. Sorting the madness! Okay, that's the wrong place. I feel like I talk a lot about streamer culture on this channel when I don't actually watch that much streamer stuff. So I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. My views are completely made up and entirely my own. Do not trust them. That is how every disclaimer needs to go. My views are made up and bullshit. Do not trust them. They will stab you if you're not paying attention. They are evil, evil views for evil, evil people. What's going on here, guys? I'm not evil. I don't know why I said that. I'm very clearly not evil. But then again, that's what an evil villain would say. I'm not evil, I'm just misunderstood. You murdered a town of people. Yeah, but, you know. Go on. You know. Alright, so I probably should have grabbed a train when I was out there. You know what? I've got trains that do literally nothing. Like, what is this train doing? It's completely empty. This is going to be a new train. I give it a new lease on life. We need to figure out how to get charcoal over here as well, but we'll figure that out in a moment. Okay, so train, you've got a new job. Full cargo or time passed 300 seconds. And then you've got to go over to, I don't know. We don't really have a place for you after that. Point is, I think this is going to be making enough science. Well, this is all well and good, but how the hell is blue science going to happen now? But blue science is the next one I need to do this for. Okay, well that's going to make a lot of science, and that's good. We could possibly make more by doing this. Just by slowing them down a lot. Are we going to have, like, speed modules making these faster? Wasn't that a plan at some point? I feel like that was a plan at some point. Anyway. Let's take this train around, because the train's really got nothing else going on right now. And we're going to do a drop-off point here. 4,200 green science is pretty decent. Okay. Now we could just drop it off here. And in fact, you know what? Why not? I don't think we need to have a second point. LMD. There we go. I don't know if that's really going to work the way we want it to, but so long as it drops off the green signs quickly, it shouldn't be a problem. And it looks like it's going to drop it off pretty quickly. And immediately the robots want to deliver it to the satellite bases, which is great. And science is rapid. Rapid science. Like, it's trying to be dropped off faster than it's being... It's trying to be stolen faster than it's being dropped off, which is actually pretty good. So that's good. Pretty happy about that happening. Does not look like it's going to build up much of anything that's going to last longer than a few minutes. So maybe that's not the best. Blue science is next, and we may have some issues with that. Aluminium, still slow. That's not supposed to be happening. What is blue science going to need? Because I'm happy with green science. Let's just put that out there. Happy with green science. Don't need to worry about it anymore. Blue science is probably the next thing I need a lot of. So, the microcircuits. Shit, we're doing this again, are we? Okay. Beam to laser arrays. Blue science is going to suck. But it's not going to be the one that sucks the most. So that's something. I don't know why aluminium is being slow. I thought we'd sped that up. Or is it still just slow regardless? We just don't have the throughput. No element. Because we've got casting machine 1s. Okay, well now that should be a lot faster. I mean, anything speeding up blue science is good. Now, we could do this in one of two ways. We could either... No, we are just going to make more, so... Just wondering the best way to do it. We could we'd basically have to make this bullshit again. How are we doing with copper? All right, we just need to speed these up. That's what's slowing things down, I suppose. Still, going alright. Okay, do we start just making blue signs now? Just getting it done? Maybe. Doesn't sound like the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, I think it's exactly what is this? It's just a steel line that connects to literally nothing. Okay, that's fine, that's fun. Look, you know what, I guarantee you look through this base and you'll find nothing but bad ideas. Like, I don't even care if you're being mean or anything. I know you're not, I'm just kidding. But this base is just full of bad, stupid ideas. And why is Big Red not happening? Oh, I know why. Is it because I tried to take coal away from here and that just killed everything? Yes, but it does look like it's kind of stopped that now. So that should mean things are working a little bit better. Or at least there should be more carbon. And those are being manufactured at a good speed again. Wonderful, which means probably just sort of catching up at the moment. Yeah, it's just catching up at the moment. I'm not too worried. Those are going a very far distance. Why? Oh, God. Look, once that gets caught up, it'll be fine. Okay. I think we do just start working on blue now. We don't need it right now, but we're gonna need it very soon. Oh yeah, no, talking about life in general as well. I mean, yeah. Look, I know my life. I know what I've done. Okay, well that's still coming across. We just need more reds. Red circuits rather, not... Huh. Oh, that's right. The reds come from down here, don't they? Greens are running a little bit light, but yeah, it delivers them when it feels like it. Last summer, you know what? I mean, last summer I started this game, so yeah, I suppose. I've been playing this since, what, February, January? I don't know, I've lost track of time. I can find out if people actually gave a damn. It wouldn't. I mean, just check the YouTube and the playlist for this and find out when the first episode was uploaded. And that's what I did last summer, if that was in January. It's going okay. It could be going faster. It appears copper wiring is the problem, though. What I could do to speed that up further... Yeah, some of them are copper wiring. Could be going faster, that is Factorio indeed. Copper is struggling. Oh, copper is... Why is copper struggling? Why is this struggling? We have so much slag slurry. Really? Are we just not making enough resources? I would have thought that's quite the opposite of what the problem we have is. I thought we would have been using too much. Maybe using too much of everything but copper. I guess we have just increased copper requirements. Okay, so. This is pretty good. That's actually going through all the sulfur, so that's good but concerning. Why is that one going through all the salt, acid gas and the other one isn't? Oh. Okay, so we need more copper, and the way we're going to get more copper is by using more materials, which will use more slag, which will mean more filters, and overall good times, I suppose. So here is where we're going to make blue, I think. Yeah. So we're going to make a huge space for this, because the space for green almost wasn't enough. Also, there are worms here. It's not really relevant to the plan, but they are here. And we're going to need to bring the spiders, because the spiders carry landmass. Well, I ran out of sand, but that's okay. As I said, I'm bringing the spiders in. So, where do we start with? I think what we do is we start with one thing and we go from there. I know that was a really big grass jump in logic, but I think we can all get there if we try hard enough. So, where do we start? How are we doing for methane gas? Probably not great. Probably not great is going to be my answer to that if I had to take a random guess. Alright, what do we make first? That's really the big question, isn't it? Because whatever we make first, that's the thing we're going to make first. If we make the thing that we're going to make first second, then we haven't made it first, and we've disrespected everyone we've ever known and loved. Alright, let's get rid of these, because we don't... Somehow we picked up fish. That sometimes happens. Okay, where do we start? Well, sulfur light source, that's going to require... That's actually not the hardest one. Need sulfur dioxide gas, which is actually pretty easy to obtain as well. Glass is all the way on the other side of the factory, so that could be a problem. But it basically needs... It needs me to do this again. Well, you know what? We've done it once, you can copy and paste it a second time. Looks like it's going a bit slow because we're not making enough Atmos things. That's because we're not making enough copper, because copper got crapped over by the too much slag slurry. Weird how that works. But if we... This is a bad plan, I'm going to stick to it. If we do this... We will have to delete some things from this madness, I know. I was putting a radar down, wasn't I? It was. Actually, you thought, why make them when I can steal them? I mean, we have the Atmos things, we have the microcircuits, all we need to add is glass and sulfur dioxide, we've got sulfur light sources. And we've got this other side right here that we're not even using. Why make everything anew? Don't need to do that. Be a lot of work for something that I'm already making. Okay, so let's try and go with not a full belt. So we're going to take this one. Nope. Control X, thank you. I'll put this over here. The idea is we want to make, say, half a belt's worth of blue. Just half a belt of gosh darn everything. Okay, that's fine. Half belt of gosh darn everything. That's a number that I can work with. So half a belt of this is going to need chemical plants. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough chemical plants, but that's okay. Half a belt of this is going to require by 28 of these. Sure. So 14 aside. No reason to separate them. It's only taking one thing. So 2, 3. Nope. Lost count. That's 15, so we can get rid of that one. Okay. That's pretty good. Now, it does need to make glass, but that's not hugely a problem. And sulfur dioxide gas, which I'm pretty sure I can steal from somewhere else. So now we just got to steal other things. And remember, theft is legal and cool. So if we do it like this, then that gets those. Okay, that's some things I need. The other things I need are these, which, quite frankly, I think I make enough of. I can steal some of those. And then I need what? Half a belt? Nope, wrong button. There we go. It needs a full belt. Okay, that's manageable. And that can come down like that. Okay. So we still need glass, and that can come from the outside. Okay. That's also going to require more production of things, which is good because that'll probably help the copper, which is paradoxical, but also correct. Like, how do you help copper? Use more resources. There's a one there that it's slightly misaligned, and I don't like it, and I will go and fix that. Stop. Circle. What? What is that blueprint? Oh, did I didn't even know you could make a blueprint like that. Okay. Well, apparently you can. And then, like that. So that's going output. Which is cool. But we also need input, which is like that. And that's going to be for the glass. So is this going to work to do this? I mean, it would if you didn't get stuck inside things. Okay. Probably need to flip that as well, but that's alright. That's not a big deal. Yeah, both those need to go that way. And power. actually power? Yeah, power is green science is at 29%, which is actually pretty impressive already. And it looks like every one of those that goes along gets about... How much is this? 364? Yeah, it's because copper died. Copper will continue to die until I can use the stone. Hey, Kiwi Hawk. Oh, fantastic. I would love to upgrade, but I think it would destroy me in my life. But look, we're working on faster than light theory. So, I mean, who knows? I might work on that one later. But hey, congratulations on releasing the updated pack. That's pretty exciting. So I need a full belt worth of glass. I suppose I could do that, but I'm not gonna. A full belt is... Nope. Yes. Full belt is going to require 20 of these. Oh god. Again, I've lost count. Yeah, I was looking at the subreddit for that, and I was like, yeah, I do not want to get involved in that. Like, one day, I will probably play another SeaBlock run one day, but this is not the day for it. Okay. Because those braking changes will... yeah, I know. I'm so excited about more bioscience being required. Oh, gosh. I hate bioscience so much. These are all facing the wrong way. Oh no, those ones are fine. I mean, SpaceX is bad enough with... As long as it's not faster than light theory, I suppose it's alright. Now glass has to be acquired somehow. That's a true statement that is not made up. Glass must be acquired somehow. Where does glass even get used? Glass doesn't get used for red, does it? No. Gets you... Actually, does it? Like a type of resin. No, I think it gets used for blue. Oh, that's still an option. The fibrous... Yeah, life support systems habitation. I mean, you can spend a lot of time and build those up, so that's not too big a deal. Okay, glass is there. Great. That's not too far away from where I am. So, I mean, yeah, that's manageable. Like, it's probably only, what, like 6,000? So, it would just change how you have to do... As long as you know it in advance, it's probably not too bad. And I do know it in advance now, so it's probably not too bad now. Yeah, look, it's been a lot of work. Some of it has been fraught with danger and bullshit, but it's been happening. Fraught with danger and bullshit. Yeah, Fraught with Danger and Bullshit is my autobiography. I don't know if I'm going to do, like, the next run I do, I don't know if I'm going to do this pipe thing again. I don't necessarily like that. I would rather more trains with more actual stuff on them. Because at least then you know actually where you're having problems and shortages. And I feel probably a little bit better about that. Is that running now? Yeah, it should be running. That should be a full belt's worth of glass when it gets around to it. Can't help but notice not a single one of those is working. Because they are all facing the wrong direction. Okay. Don't know how I achieved that, but I did. Okay, and sulfur dioxide gas, which we could probably get from one of the acid refineries. Where the fuck they are? Sulfur dioxide comes from here, right? No? Where does sulfur dioxide come from? Oh, wait, no, it does come from here. Okay, that's fine. That's easy enough to connect. Okay, so all we need is the sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, easy. Yeah, while the base has been going well, there has been a lot of lazy shortcuts. And, of course, lazy shortcuts add to more work later on. Which I resolve with more lazy shortcuts. You'd think I would learn after the first one, but I don't. But then I have a plan, which is another lazy shortcut. Geez, that train's fast. Yeah, it just sort of continues and it escalates from there. But then I had a plan, which is to involve another lazy shortcut. Anyway, right now I'm working on another lazy shortcut. So, you know, this is on me. I mean, there have been talks with my wife about, like, what was just that? No, it's sulfuric acid. About what I'm going to do after this run. And I got a few options. Whether I just go straight to another one is probably not the answer. But that's also not something I need to worry about probably for the next few months. So it's probably okay. But it will probably be something else that's constructive and fraught with danger and bullshit. I think I will take like a couple of months off Factorio though. But don't worry, whatever it is, it'll be the sort of thing that makes someone who knows the game go, why is he doing this? So, you know, I like to make sure I'm on brand. Oxygen not included is something I was considering. RimWorld was another thing, but at the same time, I don't know RimWorld enough to be able to do that. So I've been tooling around with it, seeing if maybe that's a potential candidate. But right now, it's just not. At the very least, I want to play a game that I'm not like doing fresh. Okay, so that's the first part of blue science. That's good. The next part of blue science, which is the femto laser array or the atomotic sensors array, both are fine enough, I suppose. Gonna need red circuits. Shit. I already have problems with red circuits. I'm not doing another red circuit thing. Problem with red circuits right now is, oddly enough, basic circuits. Now that could be improved actually with some speed modules, so maybe that's what we do. Yeah, we need more basic circuits, that's for sure. Just moving some stuff around, just trying to make sure I don't just throw resources into the grinder and never see them again. How are we going for alien artifacts? I haven't looked at those in a while. Hopefully we're going a bit better. With these extra resources. Actually, how are we going with science? Power, rather. Okay. Speed modules. We've got 3s, but I'd prefer not to use 3s if it could be helped. That being said, what I could do... That's an interesting idea. Nah, it's not that interesting. I need some speed modules. I prefer not to use the 3s if I can help it, because otherwise I'd have to run around the base and find them when I need them. Science at 32%. That is rocketing up, actually. Very proud of that. Speed module 0s are down here, so let's go grab them. There we go. Still slow because of red circuits slow because of green circuits slow because of basic circuits. It's a circle of bullshit. The bullshit that I myself have created. Copper still struggling because... Do we just need to make another copper refinery? Like, it looks like it's actually doing well again. Another copper refinery may be what we need. I didn't think we would need it so soon, but why did I go all that way? What did I just go pick up that was so relevant? Speed modules, that's right, because I needed to improve basic circuits. Okay. No, I get there eventually. Okay, so if we go and that should hopefully make faster copper wiring. And that should also lead to more green circuits being made. I mean, it looks like everything's going pretty well actually now. I don't know what's going on here. I think I had a plan to try and increase productivity. But looks like it's actually backing up a bit, which is good. Maybe. I don't quite like how this is happening, so we're gonna... No, that's not how you do this. Do it like doing this now. That should balance it a little bit better. I know it's no belt balancer that people will do the really cool ones online, but it should at least help. Does look like it's actually getting some more stuff done though, so that's alright. That one's going back up, and then this side will go, and then we are manufacturing more. Great! More green circuits is always good. Because Lord knows we need thousands. We've made 600,000 that one machine alone. You know what? Maybe we could just do that a little bit. Faster crafting speed. I don't know if we need faster crafting speed. No. Oh gosh, no. This is called the automated way. Okay, well, can we have like another stack, please, just to... Okay, now that we've done that, we just go... And so it's going to slow them down just a tad, but it will also manufacture like an extra, what is it? Some 15%? No, 12%. And that's probably good. Does also increase power usage, which is currently at 3.1 gigawatts, which is a concerningly low number actually. We may need to worry about getting those steam crackers resolved. Well, we've got plenty of time. Fast and Light Theory B is still at 33%. I want to have blue science up by the time that hits 100. And we may very well get that done. Actually, what I'd like to do probably is just get this last research done. I know it was slowing it down last time, but it does look like it is going now. I imagine it was probably weapon science. Pink looks like it's going to be the easiest. Blue is actually doing pretty well with storage-wise things at the moment. So what I might do is just put a steel chest here, just to make sure that we have a little bit of a backlog. How's the blue going at the moment? I don't know why we had to get on this. I just realized that stop is not far away, right there. And there's 700 to go in there, so that's okay. They're all going constantly at the moment, so that's nice. But we do need like we do need about 800,000, so 700's not even gonna scratch that number. 800,000 is a much larger number than I really want to think about. Wait, is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8. No, we did about 1 million of them. That's even less. Gonna scratch that surface. Good news is these are actually going pretty quickly. So what I could do is let's improve these. Make stuff faster. Because maybe, at the very least, it'll help. And look, every blue science unit helps. Consume all resources given. That's also a good sort of thing to be doing. And I've forgotten entirely why I was here. Because I was trying to do good things. I don't know why I'm here anymore. This is actually pretty good though. Seeing some good production of red circuits. This base was originally supposed to produce a full line of red circuits at all time. I can't help but notice it's never done that. But, you know, when you come to New Zealand engineering projects that are very wide scale, that tends to happen. We have a history of that. Think big, guys, think big. Historically, one of our politicians thought the best way to make New Zealand a great country is to think as if we were a large country and do that. So we made huge infrastructure investments on things that we weren't doing, and then the things never even useful. Like we built like a 4-plant oil refinery, I think it was, Marston Point, and they never turned on half of it because it was never needed. I mean, this is also the Prime Minister who lost his job by drunkenly calling an election and losing. So, you know, he had that going for him. Oh, God. What is this life? Oh, Kiwi Hawk, if anyone was going to get that reference, you know, it was probably going to always be you. Okay, so what is my plan? I've done that. That's good. atomic arrays is probably the easiest one. I've sped up my advanced production to 800 per minute. Not bad, actually. And if it stays around there, that's even better. Whereas black processing is 21 per minute. How much do these even want? That's probably the next question. They probably want far more than 800 per minute, right? Per minute they want 900 per minute. So even if this was going the fastest that I'd ever gone before, it could potentially do 1,800 per minute. Interesting. Could we do that? I know this is not really what we were meant to be working on right now, but if we can really boost these numbers, I'd be pretty happy with that. The problem is right now carbon. And I just remembered what I was wanting. I was wanting steam crackers. But I was worried about all the stuff that I'm doing with power may cause a problem very, very soon. And what we might also do is put some productivity modules in these, the first couple. Just to hopefully make things a little bit more efficient, make a few more circuits, and that will hopefully speed things up just a tad. You know what? I just realized I could just say, look, this way of engineering is just a cultural thing. This is just how Kiwis build. We either over spend or underspend, but we never spend quite the right amount. So right now, and then when we do it, we go, why did we do it this way? And then everyone complains and bitches and moans and elects the new leader, and the new leader does the same thing. Because, let's be honest, the two parties aren't that different from each other, no matter what we say. Okay, so yeah, this is just New Zealand culture of engineering right here. You know, it's a country where we think insulation is kind of unimportant, so you've got to wear like... It's like, no, it's totally fine if you have to wear a jumper in the winters. It just means, you know, it's good. People are like, but shouldn't your houses be better insulated? No, it's fine, isn't it? Isn't it? And everyone goes, no. It's like, well... Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's how we live as New Zealanders. That's who we are as a people. Okay, well that seems to be going better. So steam cracker, just because I want to make sure that we don't run out of deuterium at any point. Okay. Of course, if I was truly going with New Zealand engineering, I wouldn't... Oh yeah, absolutely. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're way behind completion time, and when it is done, it's not going to be enough. The Harbour Bridge was exactly the same thing. The Harbour Bridge, they were like, okay, we want 8 lanes, and we went, as a government, as a people, we went, no, it costs too much. And like, okay, 4 lanes. And we go, okay, that still seems expensive, but whatever. By the time it was done, we kind of needed 12 lanes. So, you know, that's how we do it. That's how we do our engineering and infrastructure. And then everyone complains about why we didn't do it sooner. It's like, because no one would let us. No one would do the funding. So, you know, New Zealand. We do love to bitch and moan, and then we bitch and moan about how we bitched and moaned too hard. If only we'd bitched and moaned more, guys. Alright. I mean, I love the Auckland train system. It's good, but I think it's good. But I know a lot of people are not happy with it. And I think they're justified in their non-happiness with it, but I like it. I like the trains. They're not the worst. They could be worse. They mostly are on time. You know, except for when they just get cancelled with no prior warning. But aside from that... okay, we could probably improve these a little bit. Hopefully... Of course, the problem we're going to run into is just... power usage. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that Auckland Transport's network is in par with London's, but then again, London is a smaller size city with way more people. And that's where New Zealand kind of has a problem, that we want... Yeah, and it's been, London one's been around for a long time. But we want to have top-of-the-line resources with less people and less spending, and then we're confused, with less time as well, and we're confused of why it doesn't happen. We go, well, we went to Japan and we don't have mag rail trains. It's like, yeah, because we don't have the infrastructure like Tokyo. Like, we don't have that sort of people. As I said, New Zealanders like to complain without actually thinking about the rationality of it. And maybe that's just me being rude, and if so, I apologize, but that's just how I feel. I just feel like New Zealanders do love to complain. I mean, hell, I love to complain. I would be complaining right now if I... You know what? I'm complaining about people complaining, I just realized. Yeah, so that's a cultural thing right there. Okay. So... I can't help but notice the iron seems to have crapped the bed. How's iron going? Does it crap the bed for any particular reason, or is it just... That's not iron, that's lead. Oh yeah, lead would have, actually. That does make sense. Because lead is something we've never actually made. Okay. We could make lead. I mean, lead's one of the easier resources to make, so... Yeah, it does actually make a lot of sense that lead would crap the bed. And copper's not doing too shit hot either. For any particular reason, or is it just struggling? It's doing okay. It's doing its best. That's the problem. Okay. So if all the copper's going, and we're having shortage of copper, and all the lead is going, we're having shortage of lead. The problem is we actually have shortages. Okay. So that's good. We can sort that out. Copper and lead, huh? Where do we want to build those? I mean, we could build them down here. We actually have kind of a good facility for that. Which gets rid of the stone. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's the plan. We're going to build more copper and lead. I don't know if we need more tin as well, but copper and lead definitely. And they're both pretty simple things to make. They're both tier 1s. But that's okay. Copper is something you always need more of anyway. It's not a problem with mineral sludge. We've got plenty of mineral sludge. Just copper and lead, just need more of it. Iron is fine. Like, these iron mines are doing absolute work. Like an absolute boss, as they say. Kiwi Hawk, how did you like London? I haven't had a chance to get there yet. I don't think I'm going to be getting there anytime soon either. I do want to check it out one day though. Just don't know when that would be. You know, COVID kind of puts a damper on those plans, obviously. Needless to say, I suppose. I can't help but notice that that spider has literally no land on it. So I think it's probably time for a resupply. And meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can mooch land from somewhere else. How are we doing for these? We've got 142 productivity modules, 129, 8. Well, that's fair, 8, because I do steal them. And have my processing modules gone up at all? I hope so. Advanced. Does look like I've actually improved it by like another 200 or so a minute. So that's actually pretty good. It'd be better if, you know, it was by more than that, but it is still coming through. That's the point I want to make. Yeah. How long do you live there for? I don't really know how long I'd be there. I think I'd just do like London and check out like some of the other like European countries. Like I want to check out France, Germany, maybe Italy. I don't know. I haven't decided on Italy. We might actually have enough alien artifacts as well. I don't know. You know, I want to head up some of the classic countries. Switzerland might be good. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Why are you not being made? Because you need more of those, which is cobalt. Really? Cobalt still a problem? I know a lot of people have done that sort of thing. That's pretty fun though. Classic OEs, you know. I'm just gonna go away for a couple of years and never return. Ah, that's fair enough. COVID did that to a few people, I understand. Well, that's good. I mean, look, the country's not perfect, but it does all right. And my spiders are stuck again. Now, the fact that we're having cobalt problems makes me wonder if we don't make that much cobalt steel, and sometimes my cobalt steel breaks because something up here is broken. Usually it's did we get through all the I think we had a lot of ingots before, and I think we may have burned through all the ingots that we had. Yeah. Burned all through all my ingots. Now, there's good news there that I think we make cobalt ingots up here. So we probably need to bring them down. That's cobalt ore. And that was the sound of me almost being hit by a train. Okay. For those curious, they make the same sound in real life when I almost get hit by a train. It doesn't happen often. Or never, but I'm pretty sure I'd make the same sound. I certainly make that sound when I almost lose an arm to a car speeding, but that's another story altogether. Oh gosh. Okay, so that'll fix up the cobalt steel situation, I imagine. Now deuterium should be on the rise. Is it? 51,000. Yeah, that's going up. That's good. I'm going to need that to be more on the rise. And so now we're going to go back to my... What is happening with the sand on these ones, or the stone on these ones? They're being utilized correctly. Still just not getting the green chips that I need, am I? I believe it's still carbon being the problem. Now, of course, I could just make more carbon. Is there an easy way to make carbon? That's probably a silly question, I know, but is there? Not really. Charcoal is the best way to do it. But we've increased the efficiency a little bit. That might be what we're stuck with for now. And these are... I wonder if these could be improved. Probably could be improved if I do that. And that. This red and blue are the ones that come out the most, I understand. Okay. Oh my goodness, if I remembered the thing that I was doing, I would probably get this game done so much faster. Fusion reactor is at 89%, that's good. At some point I'm going to start working on the force field generators. I'm going to do those mostly with bots, so it shouldn't be really too taxing. The spiders got stuck again. I really should move some of those things so that stops happening. Okay. So the plan here is sort of similar to what we had before. Except of course it's going to be a bit different. Now we are going to get rid of that. Because that was not required right now. And this is just going to be the lead one. Can't help but notice we don't have any induction furnaces. Charcoal could also be a problem coming in through here. We may very well need to make another charcoal situation. That's not connected yet. That is probably ideal. We do not have the crystallizers we wanted. And if we tell the spiders to go that way, they are immediately going to get stuck. So let's not do that. Great. Okay, that is the last regular one. We do still need to get astrometrics, which actually we could probably get that pretty quickly, but we won't worry about that just yet. I'm pretty sure we should have the space science for this. But we should also have the green science for this. Well, they're probably not, because we've run out of lead. Why are we doing this? No, we do not want to start that yet. We want ore crushers. We do. We want ore processors. We might. I don't actually know what it takes to do lead. That's going to be a pain. Okay, so we're going to need to change a couple of things. So lead ore requires that. Lead oxide would require... Let me guess. Oh yeah, no, that's going to require more work. Screw that. Oh, so we're going to skip that step. Okay, and we're going to need... Gosh, I don't know. Stuff? Almost none of that stuff. Crystallizers, that's good. And ore processors, I guess. Okay, so lead. How many of these am I going to make? 2? 3? Okay, so we need white and red. Okay. If we make 3, we shouldn't ever have to make any of these ever again. Oh boy, that's usually the mistake to make. Saying that in Factorio is threatening. Should never have to do this again. Yeah, the game looks at you saying that and laughs. And I said something very stupid there. Every time you think you'll never need to do it again, haha, the game's like, oh really buddy, never again, huh? Well then, I got a surprise for you. You have to do it again. That's usually what happens. Induction furnaces, we're gonna need like 30 of them, I guess. Ore processors, we don't need those right now. Ore crushers, do we have ore crushers requested? We do. 20. Take that up to 40. 40 is too high, actually. I don't know why I thought 40 was the right number. And crystallizers, let's take that up to 60. We don't need that many strand casters anymore because we're not doing that right now. We will probably need them later though. What else am I missing? Strand casters, blast furnaces. 40, sure. And you guys are actually near useless to me right now, so that's cool, thanks. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll just put this in because you know they're gonna get stuck at some point. Science is at 35%. It's not going to rise too much until we get the lead and the... what is it called? Copper. Copper we're going to need a lot more than 3. I know that for a fact. Copper is actually going to be a right problem. Now we could actually just... Could we connect the lead to that? Would that help? There's a lot of lead we're not using. Could do. Not the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah. You don't need that much lead. How are these going? They are fighting a little bit harder than they used to. That's okay. For green chips. What a bloody surprise. You know what? I'm not going to turn that into lead. I thought I was going to, but I'm not. Red circuits still hotly demanded. I legit thought I had enough for a while there, but... Oop. What does the underside of a train look like? This sounds like a setup to a joke, honestly. I don't know, what does the underside of a train look like? I hope this is the setup to a joke, because I'm ready for it. Did I get that? It's alright. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of red smears, I'll tell you that. Ah, so what you're telling me is my life is a joke. I get it. That's funny. We don't want to go too far with this, but then again, probably fine. Are we still doing lead? We are still doing lead. And you're on a train track there. Still doing lead, I assume. Haven't checked, but it's probably still lead. The higher up I go, the more fraught with possibilities of conflicts. A little bit further, actually. And I believe we can probably make a turn here. We were kind of wrong. You know, wouldn't be the first time. Got a little lead island there, that's cute. Actually, look at that, we could just go like that. That'll get some lead made for a while. Hopper was probably okay for now. Extra lead is good. Making stuff again. And as I was saying, could use more copper, which we will be working on in just a moment. Yeah, and that'll be making more green science. Fantastic. So we'll get that last bit of the lead connected. There should be a train around here somewhere. There is actually a train around here somewhere. Huh. Hell, me surprised. I mean, the inside of the train is much nicer than the bottom of the train, I'll be honest with you. Not quite as bloody on the inside of a train. A little bloody. You know, but not too bad. Okay. Oh, really? You want to bloody go? Okay, and we are running drastically out of underground belt pipes, so hopefully we have enough to finish this. You know, it's like Halo 3, finish the pipe. We had exactly enough. That's pretty exciting. The pipe. Gosh, so mad at myself for that one. Yeah, so lead is good, copper is actually what we're working on. So all these are wrong now, but that's okay. In fact, I'm pretty sure copper can be pretty easily processed. Still need oxygen, but I can do this now. Right, I didn't think I needed ore processors because I thought I was doing lead. Ah! Okay. Seriously, one of these days. Light blue and white. Well, the good news is I've already got white sorted, so light blue. And copper. That's wrong. That requires oxygen. Means that it's gonna have to move just a tad, as will that. Then we're gonna have to figure out where oxygen's gonna come from, but that is probably not too hard. And how many of these are we wanting? You know, I'm gonna say a ridiculous number. I'm saying 6. Six is a pretty ridiculous number. But maybe it's what we need. Yeah, that's a sizable building project. Oh, whoa, 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 what? We need the Venga bus. The Venga bus is coming. Okay. Guys, how you doing? Can we get some more crystallizers, please? Not carry crystallizers, we do carry pipes, so I guess that's cool. What do they destroy? I don't know. And of course we need to figure out how to get that oxygen in, which might actually be annoying. Maybe I'll just hold off here for the moment until I figure out how to get the oxygen in. I might also want to do this. Whoa. That was weird. I don't know if you guys got that glitch, but that was... I thought the game was about to crash or my computer was about to blue screen or something crazy. Plasma turrets aren't unlocked until later? Well, you know what? I didn't even know plasma turrets were a thing until I started this playthrough, so... I mean, do you need the tanks? Wait, tanks are still a thing? I would have thought that would be taken out. I was sure tanks would be one of those things that got hidden. I guess people like tanks. Right. Oops. Okay. Okay, so what do we need? We need a few things. We need to get oxygen, which we can get from the electrolyzers. In fact, if I remember rightly, some of them are all... it looks like the oxygen's already been used by up here. That's not good news. That one's not being used though, so okay. So the oxygens are connected. I think there's one more oxygen line that we can connect. Then we may have a problem. Right. Let's move the oxygen down here. Quite know how we're going to do this, but that's alright, we'll figure it out on the fly. That's how we usually do things in this game. And you know what? That's slightly in the wrong place. We're going to need to connect things in a way that is useful. Slightly in the wrong place as well, as is that. Wonderful. So what we might actually do, and as much as it hurts to do this, we're gonna get rid of all of this. Because quite frankly, it's not gonna go well trying to do it the way that it is right now. Oh god, stop, please. I am aware this is my fault. Please stop. Okay. Robots, I need you to take stuff from me, please. Because I'm gonna have to rebuild all this anyway, so I don't see why I should try and rebuild it twice. Or rather, rebuild it for every single one of them. Okay. Yeah, I know. You're not happy. I get it. I get it. No one's happy. Okay, so we need to get the ore processors. What we're going to do is we're going to get this Spidertron. We're going to just chuck some stuff into it. Get that Spidertron, chuck the rest of the stuff into it. And we're going to go get some ore processors, of which we want 8 times 6, which is 48. So let's just go an even 50 then. Unless my maths was wrong, but you know what? That sounds about right. And you know what? That's not great because... Oh. I see I dropped all my pipes in there. Right. Okay, and then hopefully that should connect properly if I do it that way. Logically, that makes kind of sense. Okay, robots, you can go back and do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm going to steal a train from somewhere. There's no trains to be stolen. I'm walking. Science is still going well. Almost 40%. It does slow down the second half of it though, but it is getting there. Probably didn't want to do that, but I did anyway. Can we have a repair pack, please? Great. Yeah, I kind of suspected that was going to cause a problem, and then I just did it anyway. Okay. Did we use up my repair pack already? Did we just have enough for that? No. I don't know why that one's not being fixed. Something else must be trying to repair it. Okay, so... I hope we've got everything we need. I really need to probably have a new Spidertron that can make boundary bases. Now I can't help but notice you're not doing anything right now, and that's fine. But I would prefer it if you were doing something. So what we're going to do is just go junk, junk, junk. Put that down there. And then put some inserters. Just to really just get as much of that as you can. Because we just want to be keeping making pink. Because we're going to need 400,000 pinks. And if it goes well enough, well, we don't even need 400,000. We'll need less. In fact, we will need less. Let's do something real quick. A little bit devilish. Okay, too devilish. We got too devilish there, guys. We're going to take these productivity 3s and we're going to put them in the research labs. It's going to slow down research, but it will make it a little bit more efficient. What I might do is... Yeah, that's going to cause a problem. Okay, stop. No, it's not going to be happy. Oh wait, you can just upgrade them like this? Oh, well, okay then. So anyway, that's all my module 5s for now. So it'll slow them down, but it'll make them a little bit more efficient, hopefully. So, green science, how are we going with that? That's actually going at a fairly good rate. Few productivity modules, and I could probably even speed it up. Or the good thing about these modules is they're never really gone to waste. Like, you can pick them up later. So when I get to the end of the Fast and Light, I will just burn down these what you call it, the research bases, and that'll give me a lot of productivity modules. But they're not gone. Not permanently, anyway. Okay, and copper. Good. That's good, that's good. We need power. Let's power this up, just make sure everything is going to be actually powered. How are these all powered normally? Like, how are they connected? Oh, like that. It looks like everything's powered. Like, no, not everything. That's fine. And that's actually not also connected. That's okay. Now it's powered. Okay, and that's kind of wrong. That's alright. We'll do it like that. Okay, 1, 2. There's no way it's going to be enough. That's okay. That will suffice. And we have run out of pipes, but that's okay, because the spiders will bring pipes. Hopefully. If the spiders decide to come down at all. They do look like they're coming down, so that's pretty exciting. Oh, the Vinkerbus managed to make it out on its own. Legitimately impressed. And it looks like the spiders actually made it down as well. Good job, spiders. Really impressed. Get me pictures of those no good spider bots. Alright. I need more crystallizers. I don't think there's enough crystallizers, to be honest. I find the alien artifacts on the belt a little bit concerning. But we should have things being made now. We may have shortages for the time being. Hopefully that'll pick up. Otherwise we may need to... we very well probably will have to do some more electrolyzer farms. And by that time we're going to probably also need more... If we need more electrolyzer farms, we're going to need more power. This power is already just so close to being in trouble. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. If you don't get this sorted, then you're going to have a problem. Ooh, some of those should not have gone away. And let's just get a... Does that kind of work there? Nope. Yeah, nope. Yeah, yes. Great. And we'll just close them off that way. Keeps it a bit tidier. The mineral sludge is doing its damn best, but I just don't think it's enough. Okay, we're going to put this on an express belt. On the basis of we are running out of any other belts. Okay, and gosh, there's still one more required. Two more, in fact. Yeah, what I'm reading into that is that needs to be upgraded. Excuse me. What I'm reading into that is that probably needs to be upgraded as well. As does that. But the stone is getting through, so that's fine. Okay, so what we are doing though, and this is probably the important thing, is we are making molten copper. This is what we were trying to do. So if we connect the copper line, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to connect it sort of like the same way as we did this one. Up through here. Are you game for saving right now? I do love it when you're saving when I'm trying to do something. And... Yep. Ah, good. Okay, copper line, gotta get a copper line. Copper lines can stick with things. There were words in there, and some of them weren't real. I'll be honest with you. Got can stick in things. At that point, you knew that there was no real words anymore. I was just making sounds, and I hoped no one would notice that the sounds weren't words. Unfortunately, I noticed, and at that point, we were all doomed. Okay, so. Particularly me, I was doomed. but more copper is coming through. That's feeding that line, and it's feeding a few other lines as well, but it's first off feeding this one, which honestly is the one that needs to be fed the most. If that one's not going, then I don't really care. But this is almost 2 full belts. It should be 2 full belts, I think. When it's working at its best, it should be 2 full belts. When it's working at its best, it should be demanding 2 full belts. 3 full belts. So even one of these should be requiring a full belt of purple. Yeah, a little bit less than a full belt, but mostly, yeah. And these should be outputting, what? 3 belts worth. Only 3 belts worth? Only 3 belts worth. I think the productivity modules are slowing them down, though. Because one of these will put out point, like, 0.04, but yeah, so it's slowing it down by about 50%. Okay, but then again, the fact that carbon's being a problem, probably okay. And at least we resolved the problem with carbon. I don't think we've improved things. Does appear that what we've done here has improved the crystal slurry, so that's good. And the last thing I need to know is how are we going with this? Iron, going fine, it's just a little slow. Lead is maxed out. Copper is... It's not even connected there. Copper is doing its best. Ooh, that's kind of trippy to look at that. Copper's not even connected properly, so maybe we should connect copper properly. What do you reckon? I know it's a scary world that I've just theorized, but there we go. These got a lot of copper coils ready to go. Don't know if they're going to be required anytime soon, but that's okay. Iron is slow. Really? Iron is slow? Iron should be faster. Okay, but this is making a decent amount of green science. I don't know if we need the productivity module more. Actually, no harm in doing that for our first few. And it looks like that's not quite going all the way up there. But we are getting a lot. And we're at 45% for Fast and Light B. So we've actually gone up by 45% today. And I'm afraid that that's where we're going to end it today. So next session we've really got to work on more blue science. And actually, is this becoming a problem yet? Mineral sludge is not a problem yet, but it could become one. It'll need to be monitored, I suppose. Okay. But copper is slightly better. Slightly better. We may need to work on get more electrolyzers up next session, but that's not too big a deal. I mean, those are actually pretty quick to build nowadays. You just get the blueprint, chuck it in, done. But yeah, slag slurry is going okay. Could probably use a couple more hydro plants and see where that goes. But yeah, so next session I think we're going to get more blue done. We've really increased the speed of green science, so should be pretty good. I mean, what is green science called? If I just search science... No, because it's not called green science, is it? It is called single-use Atmos set. Okay, what it's called is... I'm gonna... Really? It's really kind of annoying me right now, because where is it? Is that it? That's it. Wait, I wasn't even looking for it that way, I was looking for it here. What was I doing? Okay, so... Previously we were making 37 per minute. We have now jumped up to 664 per minute. So... Yeah, when we started this, we were not using any for quite some time because we were working on A. It was a bit of a shame. But yeah, we're at 800, and so in the last 5 seconds, like 600 a minute. The last hour, it's 400 a minute. So yeah, it's going well. We are legitimately using all my stuff. But we will need a lot more of this, as we will have read science, because that's still burning through itself pretty quickly. I always lose the labs. Where are the labs? There. Actually looks like we've run out of reds there. Maybe we need to do a... I need to do a situation where we just constantly have someone constantly trying to deliver 100. Yeah, it's working hard. Anyway, as I said, we are done for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you're not currently following and you think, damn, I'd love to watch more of that, please give a follow. It's the best way to see when I am streaming. If you're just wandering around Twitch, wondering where the best time to go is, the schedule is down below, and it is pretty accurate, up to or minus half an hour. I do about 2 hour or 3 hour streams. I don't do any more than that, because otherwise Factorio will end my life. Or Factorio for a reason, guys. Beyond that, you can find me on youtube.com at youtube.com/SeiferKatt. The link for that is also below. That is where I post these old videos. They are the old ones. So the last one I posted, I think, was 120 hours. So I've done lots since those 60 hours, and I think you'll find that if you check those videos out. Beyond that, that's about all I got today. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone. Thank you for that, Kiwi Hawk. Really appreciate that. That was terrifying.